Ever since Samsung introduced the Note series, people have loved the S Pen, the stylus, whatever you want to call it, and what it can do and the functionality. Now, when Samsung announced that they were getting rid of the Note series, there was a slight panic, but thankfully, Samsung announced that the S Ultra series would take the place of the Note. Now, the S Pen has become a very integral part of everyone's user experience. You can do things like camera shutter, some air controls, and other things. But recently, Samsung has gotten rid of the Bluetooth functionality for the S25 lineup. But now it looks like Samsung may be taking that even further. So in this video, I'm going to go over what Samsung may be thinking to do with the S Pen in maybe the next or the phone after that in the S26 or the S27 Ultra model. But before we dive deep into all that information, if you're new to the channel and enjoy staying up to date with the latest tech news, you've landed at the right spot. Do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button if you enjoy the type of content. All right, let's jump right into this. Samsung could remove the S Pen on future Galaxy S Ultra models. Now, this is an article out at gadgets360.com. Now, in my intro, I told you about how Samsung had flirted with, in its S25 model, they're getting rid of some of the S Pen functionalities. They didn't just flirt with it, they actually took away some of the Bluetooth functionality. So things like the camera shutter, which some people did use, and the reason why they probably got rid of it because most people didn't use it. But I found myself using that feature quite a lot when I was taking pictures, but that is no longer available in there. And then there was talk about maybe Samsung would sell a separate S Pen that had the Bluetooth functionality separately, but that did not come to fruition. So now we're hearing that they may get rid of the S Pen on the S models coming up. So let's dive into this. So the information comes from a user Panda Flash Pros post on Twitter. As per the tipster, Samsung may get rid of the S Pen in future Galaxy S models. This move is said to be with an aim of making more room. So basically what they're talking about is getting rid of the slot inside the S Ultra lineup. So you may still have it, but you won't be able to slide it inside the phone itself. In a subsequent comment, the tipster clarified that the company may not take this decision hastily on the Galaxy S26 Ultra, meaning that the S26 Ultra will still come with it packed in there with the silo, but the S27, it may not have it in there. If Samsung is looking to get rid of the S Pen being slotted inside the S Ultra model, probably within the S27 Ultra model or maybe the S28, what can Samsung actually do with that that'll make it worthwhile? Obviously, the first thing that they can do is increase the battery size. Given that extra space, they should be able to give us a bigger battery. Now, right now, the Galaxy S25 Ultra has a capacity of 5,000 milliamps. Now, compared to what's out there in the market, like the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, that has a 6,000 milliamp battery. Now, Samsung is falling behind in terms of battery size. We have phones out there with 7,000. We even got wind of a phone maybe coming up with 8,000 milliamps. So if Samsung is going to get rid of that space, the best thing that they can do is put in a bigger battery. Now, I don't want to hear a bump up to like 52, 53, 54. 55 is probably the lowest that they should do. 6,000 will probably be the best that they can do, so they can at least jump on board and be up to specs with some of the bigger ones out there in the Android space right there. So again, if they're going to remove that, I want to see a bigger battery. There's also talk about maybe they can do something in terms of adding some more camera components in there to make the cameras better. Not sure what else they can do, but that is probably the main thing that they are going to do. But definitely, if they're going to do that, they have to make the battery bigger. It gives me a question about, so with the S27, the S26, when it comes out, are they going to do anything further to the S Pen to try to take some of this functionality away, to try to get you prepared for the S Pen not being slotted in the phone altogether? Or could they just do a completely out of the blue thing and just not do the S Pen no more? Now, I think that would be extreme, and I think a lot of people would take to the streets pretty much if that was to happen, because the pen is part of the Ultra series, and you take that away, then I think you, at Samsung, you take away one of your biggest strengths of the S Ultra lineup. Besides, obviously, the specs and the camera and things like that, but the S Pen is an integral part. So we will see what Samsung is going to do about that. But what do you guys think about that down in the comment section? Let me know what you guys think about that. Would you be happy with Samsung putting in a bigger battery, say 5500 or $6,000 or 6,000 milliamp, or some extra camera components, or something else that we're not even thinking of? Let me know down in the comment section what Samsung should do with that extra space. Once again, thank you for taking time out to watch this video. Again, if you enjoy staying up to date with the latest news, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you enjoy this video, hit that like button. Chances are, if you enjoy this type of content, you may have friends or family that enjoy this type of content as well, so make sure you share this with them. Also, if you want to stay up to date with the latest tech news, head over to SoundsNerdy.com, where I curate and aggregate tech news from around the web, covering Apple, Samsung, Google, Android, computing, and even more general tech news, all at the website SoundsNerdy.com. And for even more tech news in video form, check out one of these two videos right here. Until next video, guys, stay nerdy.